visiting River City Warriors, taking on the number one South Texas Generals here on a Saturday afternoon, March 20th, 2021. It's a beautiful Saturday for football, and kickoff is about to be underway here just any second now. Receiving first will be the River City Warriors. Back deep to receive for the Warriors will be number 18, London Williams, alongside number 4, Jones Schladek. Those will be the two returners back deep. Kicking off tonight, or this afternoon, for the South Texas Generals will be number 2, Samantha Daisy Ramirez. So the Generals did defer for the second half, and they will be receiving in the second half. Right now, we got the time started, and kickoff is underway here, round 1 of the Texas Valley Sports Playoffs in Edinburgh, Texas. London Williams just missing the field as it rolls into the back of the end zone, and that's going to be a touchback. So the River City Warriors now taking the field. On the offensive side, on defense, will be the South Texas Generals. London Williams not able to field that properly, just went overhead. And the Warriors will start possession 10 yards just from the goal line, as we are playing on a 50-yard field. First snap of the game is going to be a little jet sweep, and that's going to be stuffed behind the line. Therefore, the Generals is going to be number 50 or 52, Lori Garza, I believe. That was Joan Shadek on the carry. She's not able to go forward. She goes backwards for a loss of 2, bringing up a 2nd and 12. Trying to figure out who's quarterbacking for the Warriors.
Let's go defense! Get our defense!
As they drop back to pass, throwing deep for just over the head of number 11, Jennifer Carranza. And the pass was by number 1, Shannon Payne, and that is the quarterback this afternoon here for the River City Warriors, Shannon Payne. Pass just over the head of Carranza. Was able to get loose with it if she would have came down with it, but that brings up a 3rd and 12 for the Warriors. South Texas Generals playing great defense on the first possession. As Payne now has help in the backfield, and 2 receivers deep, rolling to the left-hand side, and she's gonna be sacked on a 3rd and 12. That's gonna be number 34 for the South Texas Generals, Alexis Normendez, on the sack. And that's gonna bring up a 4th and long, and I believe the Warriors will be in punting formation here. Unless they decide otherwise. 9 minutes on the clock now, as it is a rolling clock in the first quarter. First and 3rd quarter, rolling clock.
It's right there, Generals! It's right there!
Looks like Shannon Payne is going to be back.
Get out!
As they are in punting formation, it's going to be number 34, punting it off.
Don't touch it!
And not rolling the Generals' way. It's going to go back to Warriors territory. And that's going to stop the clock to let possession roll over to the Generals. That was number 34 on the punt. For the Warriors now, the Generals taking the field, only having about 13 yards to go to be able to score the first points of the game.
Let's go offense.
Under center for the Generals is going to be number 11, Marisol Sierra. And that's going to be a run to the right-hand side to, I believe that's Salazar, for a gain of about 2, bringing up a 2nd and 11. I believe they're going to mark that at the line. That's going to bring up a 2nd and a close 8, I believe.
Let's go offense. Do it again.
So still no points on the board. Second play of offense here for the Generals.
Let's go offense.
Sierra under center, now tossing it right to Salazar once again, and it's stuffed in the backfield by number 18, London Williams
Hold the line, offense.
of the Warriors. She's gonna go nowhere. They're gonna mark that back at the line of scrimmage. So now bringing up once again a 3rd and 8 for the Generals. Sierra now in the backfield, shotgun formation. 3 receivers to her left and 1 to her right.
Hold the line, offense. Hold the line.
Motioning over Salazar. Jet sweep to the left-hand side and stuffed once again. This time it's going to be number 9 for the River City Warriors, Amy McCracken, for a loss, and that brings her back to the original line of scrimmage. And we're going to have a timeout called by the Generals. So we'll be right back here with Real Sports Live as we got you covered with round 1 of the Texas Valley Sports Playoffs. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back with you.
Records, that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
We're back here at Real Sports Live after the timeout. 6:47 on the clock in the first quarter. Sierra motioning over left, one side once again, drops back to pass, has a girl wide open, and pass incomplete. That pass was intended for number 34 of the Generals, Alexis Normendez. As that was a 4th down, and now a change of possession. Generals not able to convert. So 3:36 to play, and it's going to be a 1st and 10 for the River City Warriors. We'll see if they can do anything here on their second possession of the ball game. Still in the first quarter, midway. As Shannon Payne goes back under center. It's actually going to be a new quarterback in the game on the second drive. But nonetheless, it's going to be a jet sweep to the left-hand side for Payne. And she's going to get stuffed for a gain of about 1 with a gang tackle by number 2, Daisy de Ramirez, and number 9, Abigail Castillo. Is going to be meeting Payne for a gain of 1. So now bringing up a 2nd and 9. Wasn't able to catch who the quarterback is for the Warriors. Round 1 of Texas Valley Sports. We have you covered with Real Sports Live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter.
Come on, defense, get the ball back.
So like, share, and subscribe.
Get her! Get her, get her, down the
It's going to be a quick handoff. She is moving forward for a gain of about four, so that's going to bring up a 3rd and 5 now for the Warriors. New quarterback is going to be number 11, Jennifer Carranza, for the Warriors. And on the carry was
Come on, defense! Go, defense!
so Payne back at quarterback here on a 3rd and 5. Second possession, rolling to the right-hand side, able to get it off, and incomplete for London Williams. And that's going to bring up a 4th and 5 now for the River City Warriors. We'll see what they decide to do on this next play. We'll see if they decide to go for it or punt it off. Last punt was not successful, as they would have hoped it to be. Only went about 10 to 15 yards. Looks like they're going to be going for it as Shannon Payne is back in the backfield. Sending over Williams to the left-hand side. 2 receivers to the left and blocking help in the backfield. Dropping back to pass. Throwing it deep for London Williams. And that's overthrown by just about 3 to 4 yards. So that's going to stop the clock and change the possession. It's going to be the Generals' ball now. With about 18 yards to go to get into the end zone. We'll see if they can do it this time. Unsuccessful the first time around. It's now 2 possessions for the River City Warriors and no points. We'll see if the Generals are able to come out on their second possession and get into the end zone and punch some points on the board.
Let's go, Generals! Hold the line! Y'all need to hold the line, Generals!
Marisol Sierra back in the backfield at quarterback. 3 receivers, empty set. Motioning over Salazar. Jet sweep to the left-hand side. The Warriors were not ready for it. London Williams almost there on the tackle. And we're going to have a flag on the play. It's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct on the South Texas Generals. Looks like it. So 15 yards or 10 yards from the spot of the foul. I believe that's going to be now sending them back on a 2nd and 16. Generals not hoping for a penalty on this drive, but they did receive one. That does not go into their favor and help them get closer to the end zone. Just pushes them back just a bit. Sierra in the backfield, the 1 running back to her right-hand side, 3 receivers to her left. Dropping back to pass. And Sierra chunking it deep for number 13, and that is caught at the touchdown. And they're going to call it incomplete. So an incomplete pass to number 13, Jane Mejia, sets the Generals back to a 3rd and 16, 3rd and long. You could call it. Looked like Mejia was wide open all by herself for 6. Wasn't able to get it and get possession of it. So now the Generals are back, drawing up a game plan in the huddle as the Warriors are trying to hope for a 3 and out on this next play. We'll see if the defense can come up big and do it here. Sierra backfield, 2 receivers to her left, running back to her right. A quick handoff this time is to number 7, Andrea rolled in.
Come on, line.
And that's going to go for a gain of about 3. So now 4th and 13 for the Generals. And we'll see what they decide to do. Back in the huddle, looks like they're going to be going for it.
Let's go, offense. Hold the line.
So a quarterback keeper to the right-hand side for Sierra gets stuffed by the defensive end. That's going to be number 2, Jessica Hill, looked like to me. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter, as we're going to be taking that to the second quarter and a commercial break. Still scoreless in the first quarter. Both teams going to have a chance to regroup as they change possessions on the field. And we're going to be back right here with a quick commercial break with Real Sports Live.
See you later, touchdown.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
Hi, I'm Rebecca Castillo. I invite you to visit San Benito and see for yourself the many things this community has to offer. Our offices of economic development offer a variety of business resources to developers, investors, and business owners from small to large scale.
So we are back here with the second quarter, Real Sports Live. We got you covered. Round 1, Texas Valley Sports. Warriors having to go 36 yards and caught over the middle for a first down and a gain of about 15 for number 18, London Williams of the River City Warriors. That's going to bring up a first down as they now head into general territory. Only 25 yards to go, only 20 yards to go, excuse me. As the pass from Shannon Payne was complete to London Williams over the middle for a huge gain.
Come on, Warrior.
Now Warriors with a nice play gives them a little momentum and a good opportunity to score.
Get it.
Back in the backfield and broken over the middle is going to be number 23 on the deflection, Daphne Partida, as that pass was intended for number 9 of the Warriors, Amy McCracken.
No more yards, defense. Let's go, defense. Get the ball back. Come on, defense. Look out for the pass. Get her.
Payne dropping back to pass, having to roll out to her left as there's a flag. Pass incomplete for Williams, but we do have a flag on the play. That's going to be a holding on the Warriors. That's going to be number 66, Anna Hunter Harvey, on the hold. And that's going to set them back, I believe, about 10 yards. So back to where they originally started. The possession and the second quarter is where the River City Warriors will start this next play. Now set back with a, I believe it's a 3rd and 20 here. As they're trying to draw something up in the huddle, see what they want to do, see what they can do. It's actually going to be a 2nd and 20. They're going to replay the down. Let's set him back 10 yards. So Payne dropping back to pass. Pressure coming once again and sacked in the backfield by number 2, Daisy Ramirez for the South Texas Generals. Shannon Payne had nowhere to go on that one, so that's going to be another loss.
What down is that?
It's going to be a loss of 6, bringing up a 3rd and 26 now, 3rd and long for the River City Warriors.
Let's go, defense.
Warriors not being able to do anything on offense with this Generals pass rush as they're there in the backfield. Shannon Payne doesn't have an opportunity to throw. Another flag goes and Payne throwing it to a covered London Williams by 3 different defenders. And we're going to have a false start. This time it's going to be an encroachment penalty on the defense, on the General. So that's going to set the Warriors up 5 more yards. This time it's going to bring a 3rd and 21. So 3rd and 21 for the Warriors. After a great pass earlier, they're going to be set back once again. We'll see if they can get that pass back. All those yards they missed. Payne with the jet sweep to the left-hand side, running, trying to get all those yards back. And finally goes down as she's able to regain all those yards. I believe that's a gain of about 15. And that's going to bring up a 4th and 8 for the River City Warriors, now back in position that they were earlier. And we're going to have a timeout on the field. So we'll be right back once again here with Real Sports Live with a 4th and 8 when we return.
On your next business opportunity.
Since COVID-19 hit, we saw that there was quite a decrease in our sales. We had heard from another business that EDC was helping people with grants, and so we decided to give it a shot, and we were accepted. I would encourage you to contact the EDC and see if you qualify for one of these grants.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
We are back, Real Sports Live, 4th and 8 for the River City Warriors. Dropping back to pass, Payne, London Williams unable to come down with the pass right there. And the South Texas Generals fans are getting crazy. That's another stop. And that brings back their Generals on the offensive side. Incomplete pass to London Williams. Probably wouldn't even have been enough to get them a 1st down.
Let's go, offense!
So the Generals are now going to set up. With 37 yards to go to get to the end zone. On a 1st and 10 in Warrior territory.
Let's go, offense! Hold the line! Come on, Ali! Get the quarterback! Hold the line! Roll it!
Salazar with the handoff. It's going to go for a gain of about 3, bringing up a 2nd and 7. We're going to have a timeout by the River City Warriors. So once again, we'll be right back with a 2nd and 7 for the South Texas Generals here on Real Sports Live.
See you later, touchdown!
A Piece of Cake by Ibarras in Harlingen is a sweet stop for cakes, cookies, and pastries. The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? At A Piece of Cake by Ibarras, try a Texas-style cinnamon roll, or how about some tamales? Wedding cakes, graduations, you dream it and they can make it. The best in town is a piece of cake by Ibarra's in Harlingen.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10...
And welcome back to Real Sports Live. Second quarter, 6:38 left to play, and a 2nd and 7 for the South Texas Generals. A quick handoff. This time it's to number 7 of the Generals. That's going to be Andrea Roldan. And she's going to be rolling forward for a gain of about 5. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and 2. So a 3rd and 2 for the Generals, hopeful to get the first down of the game here on this next play. Another handoff once again to Roldan, and that's going to go forward for a 1st down. So now a 1st and 10 for the South Texas Generals. It's going to be the first down of the game here as they cross into Warrior territory now, crossing the 50. Only 21 more yards to go. And that ball is going to go over the head of Sierra. And that's going to be one way they did not want to go, going back into their own territory. With a bad snap by the center. It's going to be a 2nd and 19 now for the Generals.
Settle down, Generals, you got this. Come on, offense, you got this.
Quick handoff to Salazar to the right-hand side. Stretch play, getting one block and not able to get another. And that's going to be number 31, Kayla Levette, on the tackle for the Warriors. Salazar able to go for a gain of 4, bringing up a 3rd and 15 now for her Generals.
Come on, offense. Come on, offense.
Sierra taking the snap once again, handing it back off to Roldan. And Roldan's going to go for a loss of 1. Now a 4th and 16 for the South Texas Generals. Here's what they are facing on this next play. That was number 82 on the stop, Crystal Pointer of the Warriors. Defensive tackle. So now setting back up on offense is the Generals. Sierra still in the backfield. The quarterback, another stretch play to Salazar once again. London Williams there for the tackle and pushing her out of bounds. Back at the line of scrimmage. And that's going to be a change of possession. So as both teams change possessions, we're going to be heading to a quick commercial break here with Real Sports Live.
Coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past? First pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Here at Arkham Comics, we specialize in vintage comics, figurines, collectible cards, posters, DC, Marvel, Image, Top Cow, Dark Horse, and anything that really caters.
So we're back here, Real Sports Live. Flag on the play, going deep, Payne to Williams, and that is caught. I wonder if they're gonna call that a touchdown. If she's able to stay in bounds, we will wait for the signal by the official. But a flag on the play nonetheless. We'll see if it comes back. It's gonna be a holding on the Warriors, so that's not gonna matter. So holding on the River City Warriors as London Williams was wide open by herself in the end zone. Two Generals a couple yards right behind her. That's going to send them back 5 more yards. So we're going to have another timeout called on the field. And another commercial break is where we're going to be headed here with Real Sports Live. Stay tuned for the last 2 minutes of the Texas Valley Sports Round 1 playoffs.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
And he throws it down.
So we're back here now after the timeout. Warriors getting one last swig of water before they head back to the huddle and now to the line of scrimmage.
Come on, defense. Get the quarterback, defense. Get her.
2 minutes left to play. Payne dropping back. Williams, pass incomplete. That's going to stop the clock, and that was number 21 there on defensive coverage, Samantha Salazar for the Generals. So now bringing up a 2nd and long.
Let's go, Generals. Every time they pass, it goes to 18.
For the River City Warriors. We'll see if they have something in their playbook to get them out of this mess and get them back and closer to the end zone. As we're still looking for the first points of the game by either team, with 1:48 left to play in the second. 2nd and long for the Warriors. Going deep over the middle for Williams. Pass incomplete. Just a bit behind Williams. Salazar, Samantha Salazar, once again on the defensive coverage there. It's going to stop the clock once again. 1:35 now left to play. Now a 3rd and long. It's going to be a 3rd and 20 here for the River City Warriors. Last 3 passes have gone straight to London Williams. We'll see if there's a 4th. As Payne is now under center, helping the backfield for blocking, motioning over 1. And jet sweeping it to the right. And they're going to be back to the original line of scrimmage. And then some, bringing up a 4th and 9. 4th and 8 looks like to me. That's going to stop the clock. As she stepped out of bounds. And another timeout called on the field, this time by the Generals. So we'll be back here once again with Real Sports Live.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at 1st and Jackson in Harlingen.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
Hi, I'm Rodo Rodriguez, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
Visit RGV Hometown Pharmacy and Natalie's Gifts and more. We are dedicated.
So we're back here, 4th and 8 in the second quarter with 1:21 left to play for the River City Warriors.
This is where you gotta hold them, Generals.
We'll see if the South Texas Generals can come up with another stop here. Payne in the backfield, fumbling the snap, and gets tackled in the backfield. Daisy Ramirez and Andrea Roldan is going to be there. We'll take a look at that replay in full screen for you all. You see Payne fumbling it. That brings us back to the live feed after that replay. That was number 2, Daisy Ramirez, and number 7, Andrea Roldan on the sack there, visiting Payne in the backfield. Now turning it over into Warriors territory is where the Generals will take over. With only 19 yards to go. As we'll see if they get a call from home and punch one in the end zone.
Hold the line, offense. Hold the line.
Sierra, quarterback, sneaking it down the middle, getting helped by her offensive line, pushing her. As she goes for a gain of 4. Now a 2nd and 6 for the Generals.
Good job, Sunshine. Block them low.
Sierra able to go for a gain of 4 on a quarterback sneak.
Offense.
As she goes back under center once again, helping the backfield. No receivers out wide for the Generals. And it's going to be a handoff to the stretch play to the right to Salazar as she gets stuffed in the backfield by number 10, Franklin.
I thought you said he got the neck, ref.
That's going to be number 17, my mistake. Crystal Franklin in the backfield getting there for the Warriors.
Come on, General.
Sierra back under center. Quarterback sneak once again as she tries to fall forward for a first down. Going to be a yard short, bringing up a 4th and 1. And another timeout called by the South Texas Generals. And another break will be taken here with Real Sports Live.
Customer service and patient care. See us today to experience the RGV Hometown Pharmacy difference. Let our family take care of yours. Call 956-496-2093.
The Harlingen CISD elementary experience looks something like this. Let's see that again. To learn more about the HCISD elementary experience, visit hcisd.org.
And he throws it down.
Now we are back here, 48 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Sierra with her quarterback sneak, getting help by just about everybody. We got a dogfight right there at the line of scrimmage, and the Generals will be able to get the first down. As Sierra falls through and the helmet comes off from the Warriors. So we're going to have an official's timeout as they move the chains. Not needing to move them all the way, just going to need the marker with a 1st and goal here for the Generals. Toss left, fumbled the ball, able to recover it. That's going to be number 7 of the Generals, Andrea Roldan. And that's actually going to be halftime. As I was way off with the clock, I'm not able to go off of the scoreboard here. So that's going to be halftime. Scoreless in the first half with both teams for the Generals and the Warriors. And we'll be back here with the second half with the Real Sports Live, because we got you covered.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
Hi, I'm Rod Rodriguez and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Forever Memories Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for a fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
Hi, I'm Rebecca Castillo. I invite you to visit San Benito and see for yourself the many things this community has to offer. Our offices of economic development offer a variety of business resources to developers, investors, and business owners from small to large scale. Contact us and let us work together on your next business opportunity.
Since COVID-19 hit, we saw that there was quite a decrease in our sales. We had heard from another business that EDC was helping people with grants, and so we decided to give it a shot, and we were accepted. I would encourage you to contact the EDC and see if you qualify for one of these grants.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
And he throws it down.
Help in the back. Help in the backfield, and two receivers deep, rolling to the left-hand side, and she's gonna be sacked on a 3rd and 2. One to her right. Motioning over Salazar. Jet sweep to the left-hand side and stuffed once again. This time it's going to be number 9 for the River City Warriors. So we are back here with the second quarter, Real Sports Live. We got you covered. Round 1, Texas Valley Sports. Warriors having to go 36 yards and caught over the middle for a first down and a gain of about 15 for a number. Huddle, see what they want to do, see what they can do. It's actually going to be a 2nd and 20. They're going to replay the down. Let's set him back 10 yards. So Payne dropping back to pass. Pressure coming once again and sacked in the backfield by number 2, Daisy Ramirez. Payne in the backfield, fumbling the snap, and gets tackled in the backfield. Daisy Ramirez and Andrea Roldan. Now we are back here, 48 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Sierra with their quarterback sneak, getting help by just about everybody. We got a dogfight right there at the line of scrimmage, and the Generals will be able to get the first down.
A Piece of Cake by Ibarras in Harlingen is a sweet stop for cakes, cookies, and pastries. The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? At A Piece of Cake by Ibarras, try a Texas-style cinnamon roll, or how about some tamales? Wedding cakes, graduations, you dream it and they can make it. The best in town is A Piece of Cake by Ibarras in Harlingen.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Here at specialize in vintage comics, figurines, collectible cards, posters, DC, Marvel, Image, Top Cow, Dark Horse, and anything that really caters to comics.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Hi, I'm Rodo Rodriguez and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
Visit RGV Hometown Pharmacy and Natalie's Gifts and more. We are dedicated to providing outstanding customer service and patient care. See us today to experience the RGV Hometown Pharmacy difference. Let our family take care of yours. Call 956-496-2093.
The Harlingen CISD elementary experience looks something like this. Let's see that again. To learn more about the HCISD elementary experience, visit hcisd.org.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
We're back here, third quarter, second half of round one of the Texas Valley Sports playoffs between the visiting River City Warriors and the home team South Texas Generals. Generals did defer till the second half on the coin flip, so they will be receiving. Back deep to receive for the Generals right now is number 0, Andrea Salazar. And kicking off for the River City Warriors is going to be number 11, Jennifer Carranza. As now the second half is underway here with Real Sports Live. As that's going to be fielded by number 9, Abigail Castillo, able to be returned back, almost crossing the 50, as she's just going to be stopped shy, about three yards shy. And that's going to bring up a 1st and 10 for the South Texas Generals. We do have a rolling clock here in third quarter, so 1:38 just started to play. .28 yards to go before they reach the end zone for the Generals, with a 1st and 10 here at the start of the third quarter. Scoreless in the first half. We'll see what happens here, as this last half is going to figure out who's going to go to round 2. The number 4 River City Warriors or the number 1 South Texas Generals in the playoffs. The rankings don't mean anything. What happened in the regular season doesn't mean anything. It just comes down to the last 24 minutes here in the second half. Sierra under line, under center, 2 receivers to the right. And she's going to toss it to Salazar once again. This is going to go for about a gain of about 6, bringing up a 2nd and 4, I believe. It's going to be a 2nd and 4 for the South Texas Generals now. Good positive play to start the second half on their first possession. And Salazar was able to pick up a couple good blocks by her fullback, and the blocker's out in front of her. Generals breaking the huddle, taking the line. Sierra under center once again. Same formation as last for the Generals. And they go back to the same play. Toss to the right, and Salazar is going to fall forward for a 1st down. So a 1st and 10 for the Generals. 9:45 left to play in the third. And they're going to move those chains for a 1st and 10. Now only 12 yards to go, as the Generals were able to shave off a good amount of yards on 2 plays. 2 tosses to the right to Andrea Salazar. As they come back in the same formation, we'll see if it's the same play 3 times in a row. And it will be, as it's going to be fumbled this time. It's going to be number 9, Abigail Castillo. We'll see who has possession of it. And the Generals will be able to recover the ball following it for a 2nd and 10, as they keep possession after a fumble by Castillo. So Generals back in the huddle. They're going to sideline Castillo after that fumble right there. They're going to bring in at number 34, Alexis Normendez.
Come on, offense, hold the line.
It's now a 2nd and 10 for the Generals. A toss right to Salazar once again. Nice block right there. As Salazar goes forward, this time it's going to be for about 7 yards, bringing up a 3rd and 3. So a 3rd and short for the General Salazar. 3 pitches to her, and they're down 10 yards to go to the goal line with a 3rd and 3. We'll see if the Generals can convert here on a 3rd down.
Let's go, offense! Hold the line, Generals!
Sierra under center is going to be a quarterback sneak, hoping to get through. And she's going to get the first down. And we're going to have a flag on the play coming in late after a first down. Official's going to stop the clock, and we're going to see what's going on over here back in the end zone. So officials discussing what the penalty is going to be. We're going to have offsetting unsportsmanlike conduct penalties on both teams. So that's not going to matter. It's going to be a 1st and goal with 5 yards to go for the South Texas Generals.
Watch the sneak again! Let's go, Generals! Offense!
As Sierra goes back under center. Looks like it's going to be another quarterback sneak. And indeed it is. He's going to have push from the back at help. And another flag is going to be thrown on the play, as that's going to shave just about 2 seconds off of the clock with 7:12 left to play. And I believe that penalty is going to be there on the defense, so half the distance to the goal is going to put the Generals with just 2 yards to go here at the goal line. With a 1st and goal for the South Texas Generals. Fish is gonna signal the rolling clock. So same formation as we'll see if Southside gets the pitch again, and yes she will to the right hand side, and she's gonna walk in untouched for the touchdown for the South Texas Generals, but we're gonna have a player down on the field. So we'll be right back. We'll see if she's able to get back up on her own 2 feet. We're just going to stay with you. She's able to get back. That's number 18, London Williams. Able to get back on her own 2 feet. We're going to have a flag on the play. We'll look to see what the official says about that one. Looks like it's going to be a penalty on the Warriors face mask, so 15 yards. I wonder if they're going to, I believe they're going to enforce that on the kickoff. But the touchdown, it did count, so 6 points on the board for the Generals as they are back in the huddle for a 2-point conversion. We'll look to see what they're able to do here. I believe it's a 1 point. Sierra in the shotgun. 4 receivers to the right-hand side. Salazar in motion, looking over the middle. It's going to be caught. And conversion's going to count. That's number 13, Jane Mejia. You see the fans celebrating. You can hear them in the background. You can hear the South Texas General fans going crazy as they're finally able to get some points on the board. We'll take a look at the replay from the touchdown by Andrea Salazar. On the right's the replay, on the left is the live feed.
Come on, Generals!
Salazar went untouched. So Generals getting on the board first. 7-0 is the score with 4:59 left to play. And now they're going to be kicking off once again. It's going to be number 2 kicking off, Daisy Ramirez. And back deep to receive will be number 18, London Williams. Kick is underway, falling just a bit short of the goal line. London Williams picking it up, making one defender miss, but Gang tackled by 3 and she fumbled it, but they're going to call her dead. Officials blowing that ball dead right there. And that's going to set the Warriors back in their own territory. They're going to be starting off at about the 3-yard line. As the Generals have a nice opportunity here to get a safety. Been in the backfield a couple times this game so far. We'll see if they can do it again here and add 2 more points on the board.
Come on, Generals! This is where you hold them, Generals! Come on, Generals! Come on, Generals! Watch the middle! Get her, get
So a fumble on the first play, and looks like it's going to be recovered by the South Texas Generals. A change of possession. That's going to be number 46 in the recovery, Denise Gorley. She was a 2018 Defensive Player of the Year. Here in 2021, she's still making big plays. So we're going to have a timeout called by the River City Warriors. We'll be right back here with you with the South Texas Generals at the 1-yard line, hoping to add some more points on the board here with Real Sports Live.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
Hi, I'm Rodo Rodriguez and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
Timeout over. River City Warriors already taking the field. And there go the South Texas Generals breaking the huddle as they only need 1 yard to go. Looks like it's going to be a quarterback sneak. Sierra might just take it for herself. And she's going to be pushed in the help by the fullback. And that's going to be another 6 points for the South Texas Generals. So now 13-0, and the Generals go back into the huddle, looking for another 1 point play, see if they can get it here. Last time they did a little fake handoff over the top to number 13, Mejia. We'll see if they go back to it here or they do another toss sweep to the right. Sierra in the shotgun. 4 receivers to the right, looking like it's going to be a toss sweep or a quarterback keeper. And she's going to motion Salazar, and we're going to have a flag on the play just before anything. It's going to be a false start on the South Texas Generals. Still going to keep the clock rolling, official indicated. Sending them back 5 yards. So now they're going to be set up with another 1st and goal, but it's going to be 8 yards to go now, as they got to switch up the whole play call here on this next play. That's why they are back in the huddle trying to figure out what to call next. Digging deep into the playbook of their conversions. Still going for 1 point. Sierra in the backfield, motion over Salazar, going over the middle. It's number 23, Daphne Patrida, and it's going to be caught for another point on the board for the South Texas Generals. Now up 14-0, and they're showing why they are number 1 in the TVS playoff bracket. Now up 14-0 with 2:50 left to play. So now the Generals are lined up in kickoff formation. Different kicker. This time it's going to be number 7, Andrea Roldan for the Generals. Back deep to receive still number 18, London Williams. All by her lonesome self. And that's going to be going through the legs of Williams, chased down by Mejia. Let's see if she can get the tackle. And Williams is going to fall for a gain of about 6. And that's where she's going to start the possession for the River City Warriors with a 1st and 10 here in the third quarter. River City Warriors back on offense. It's going to be at the 7-yard line. It's where the Warriors will start. Generals back on defense. Last time they were on defense, they got a turnover on the first play at the 1-yard line, and able to punch it in for 7. Let's see if they can get a repeat of that or a 3-and-out. Get the ball back on offense and seal the deal here in round 1 of the playoffs. Jennifer Carranza under center. And she's going to be taking that herself. We're going to have a flag on the play as she falls back on the line of scrimmage. So we're going to have an offsides on the defense on the Generals. And that's going to move the Warriors up 5 more yards. So now a 2nd and 5. I believe it's going to repeat it down. So it's going to be a 1st and 5. For the Warriors.
It's okay, defense. That's the only way to move the ball. Come on, defense. Come on, defense.
Carranza under center once again. Quick handoff to the running back, and she's going to be bulldozing through a defender for a 1st down, I believe. Let's see where they spot her. She's going to be short 1. Nope, they're going to tell them to move the chain, so a 1st down run right there. That's going to be number 31, Kayla Levette. As she gets the ball back once again, open lane, still bulldozing through 2 defenders. As that goes for a gain of 9. Levette back-to-back carries and giving the Warriors some breathing room as they rush to the line of scrimmage quickly. It looks like they're going to run the same play once again. We'll see if the Generals are ready for this one. Motioning over Williams to the right. And Levette's going to take it down the middle. This guy's got a guaranteed 1st down. And that's going to take about 3 to 4 Generals to take her down. As she goes for another 1st down. I believe that's going to be the end of the 3rd. Or they're going to be close to the end of the 3rd. My clock is way off. Another 1st and 10 for the Warriors. Generals, 12 players on, or an extra player on the field, not able to make it off in time. And And regardless, it's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Helping out the Warriors, giving them 5 extra yards. Not in benefit of the Generals. Generals defense hasn't stepped up at all this drive here. We'll see if things change as they get near the red zone, near the end zone. So 9 players on the field actually for the Generals. That's why they got the penalty. Dropping back to pass, covered by 2 defenders, incomplete for Williams. Shannon Payne not able to get it there to her girl. And that's going to fall incomplete, bringing up a 2nd and 5 for the River City Warriors out of San Antonio, Texas.
Let's go, defense! Come on, defense!
So a 2nd and 5 here for the Warriors. Handed off to Payne and stuffed in the backfield by Kayla Guerra. She was there to meet Payne quickly, bringing up now a 3rd and about 7. So now a 3rd and 7 for the River City Warriors. Coach pulling them behind, letting them know what play we're going to run. That's Payne and Carranza getting the play called by the head coach of the Warriors. Generals can only hope for a stop here. Hopefully they haven't seen they don't see a play they haven't seen on film. I don't pull the cat out of the hat, or the bunny out of the hat. Magic trick. And that's going to do it for the 3rd quarter. So as they switch fields, and we're going to be taking a quick commercial break here with the Real Sports Live.
Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
We're back here with the 4th quarter. 12 minutes will decide who is going to be going on and moving on to round 2 of the Texas Valley Sports Women's Football Playoffs. Right now, the River City Warriors are faced with a 3rd and 7, I believe, in their own territory, hoping to get into the end zone. Carranza under center in the backfield. Quick snap. This time it's to Peyton. To Shannon Payne, actually. And that's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of about 2. Bringing up a 3rd and 8.
It's 4th down, defense. The ball is yours.
Now a 4th and 6 for the River City Warriors, as they need to put some points on the board here on this next possession if they want to keep themselves in the ball game. Shannon Payne back under center. Two receivers to the left. As Payne's going to take that for herself to the right-hand side and drag down from the back quickly by number 7, Andrea Roldan. And that's going to do it there, that possession for the Warriors. And then we're going to be switching possessions now. South Texas Generals heading on to the offensive side as the defensive unit comes on for the River City Warriors. With a 1st and 10. 36 yards to go to the end zone for the Generals. We'll see what they can do here on this next possession, or what they decide to do. Run the clock out. Not give the Warriors some time to make a comeback. But anything can happen. Generals did put up 2 touchdowns in about a minute, so anything can happen here for the Warriors if they're able to regroup and focus and want it more than the Generals. So Sierra back at the quarterback. That's going to start the clock. Motioning over Salazar, dropping back to pass deep. And Andrea Salazar wide open, caught for the touchdown. And she walks away to the end zone with no one around her, celebrating herself. And we're going to look at that replay in full screen. Salazar, a nice distraction motion by the General. Salazar wide open by herself. And that's going to put on another 6 points for the South Texas Generals. A quick play. They want to put the nail in the coffin as they're going to go for 1. Trying to make it 21-0 with 10:55 left to play in the 4th. Still, anything is possible. 1 play, 1 touchdown from Sierra to Salazar. And that's going to be incomplete for Mejia. So we're going to keep it 20-0. And we'll be right back here with you, Real Sports Live, with the kickoff in the 4th quarter.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Castillo. I invite you to visit San Benito and see for yourself the many things this community has to offer. Our offices of economic development offer a variety of business resources to developers, investors, and business owners from small to large scale. Contact us and let us work together on your next business opportunity.
Since COVID-19 hit, we saw that there was quite a decrease in our sales. We had heard from another business that EDC was helping people with grants, and so we decided to give it a shot, and we were accepted. I would encourage you to contact the EDC and see if you qualify for one of these grants.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a...
We're back here with the kickoff to the River City Warriors. London Williams not able to field it correctly. And she takes it to the left-hand side. One girl to beat. Taking it down the sideline now for a kickoff return. One girl to beat, and she's not going to beat her. But it's going to give good field position for the Warriors, as they are now in general territory. Only about 13 yards to go on a kickoff return for London Williams that didn't look like it was going to go anywhere. We can take a look at that replay right there. We see Williams rounding the corner. As that replay is brought to you by Josh Moody Loans, Coach Rolly Gonzalez. And the Generals are going to take a quick timeout. And so are we here with Real Sports Live. We'll be right back with you to see if the River City Warriors are able to put some points on the board.
a district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
A Piece of Cake by Ibarras in Harlingen is a sweet stop for cakes, cookies, and pastries. The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? At A Piece of Cake by Ibarras, try a Texas-style cinnamon roll, or how about some tamales? Wedding cakes, graduations, you dream it and they can make it. The best in town is A Piece of Cake by Ibarras in Harlingen.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000.
Back here, Real Sports Live. 10 minutes left to play in the fourth quarter. River City Warriors only 13 yards to go. Hopefully put some points on the board. Carranza with the ball, passing it to Shannon Payne, and she's going to be stuffed by Alexis Normendez. Warriors almost lost the ball there. Almost gave it back to the Generals, able to keep it alive somehow. So that's going to set the Warriors up with a 2nd and 9, only a gain of 1 on that last play. And Shannon Payne was able to get the ball off, give her Warriors a couple of yards to move forward. So I formation, this time it's going to be a handoff, and she's going to be set back. Tackled in the backfield by number 2, Daisy Ramirez. So that's going to set him back for a loss of 2, bringing up a 3rd and 11 for the River City Warriors. And Shannon Payne's going to take it herself as she gets help from the backfield, pushing her forward. And she's going to be going for a gain of about 5 there, maybe 4. We'll call it a gain of 4. And that's going to bring up a 4th and 7 for the River City Warriors. We'll see if Generals can hold them off here just a bit. 7:51 left to play in the fourth, I believe. There go the River City Warriors with a 4th and 7. We'll see if they can convert here. Payne dropping back to pass and dropped by London Williams all by herself. Probably could have cruised into the end zone, or at least got a first down. So that's going to stop the clock with about 7:19 left to play. And here come back the South Texas Generals on the offensive side. Once again, last possession, a 1-play touchdown, about a 36-yard touchdown to Andrea Salazar from none other than herself, but Marisol Sierra. There's actually 5:30 left to play in the fourth quarter. Generals on offense.
Come on, offense!
Motioning Salazar. Sierra taking it herself, trying to bulldoze through a defender, and that's going to be a gain. A gain of 4, bringing up a 2nd and 6 now for the South Texas Generals. So 5:13 now left to play here in the 4th quarter. Under 5 minutes, we're going to be stopping the clock with an out of bounds, an incomplete pass, a penalty. Those are the rules here. Motioning Salazar once again. Sierra taking it herself for the left-hand side. Fake pitch, and she's going to fall forward for a first down for the South Texas Generals. That's going to go for a gain of about 7 now, bringing up another 1st and 10 for the Generals. Generals able to move the ball, get themselves out of the hole they were in, backed up in the end zone as they stopped the River City Warriors from scoring once again. Defense has been phenomenal. So 1st and 10. 29 yards to go for the South Texas Generals if they want to put more points on the board. Sierra once again going back into the air, and that's going to be number 13, Mejia. And they're going to have a penalty on the play. I believe that's going to be a pass interference on the Warriors. Well, you see the officials there discussing it over. So we're going to have an illegal man downfield on the Generals, and then a pass interference on the Warriors. Official said that those 2 penalties will offset. So we're going to replay 1st down, 1st and 10 here for the Generals. Sierra under center, tossing it to Salazar, has a wide open field, blockers in front of her, cuts it inside, and she's going to fall forward for a gain of about 12. We take a look at that replay by Salazar, able to have it. A lot of green grass. We're going to have a timeout call, so let's put this in full screen for you guys. And the Warriors are going to be taking their first timeout of the half, so we're going to be right back here with Real Sports Live after the timeout.
Every day, looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you, forever memories. 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Here at Arkham Comics, we specialize in vintage comics, figurines, collectible cards, posters, DC, Marvel, Image, Top Cow, Dark Horse, and anything that really caters to comics.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Real Sports Live.
Back here at Real Sports Live First and goal for the Generals. Sierra dropping back to pass, has a girl open, and that is caught. Might be enough for a first down. That's number 9 on the reception, Abigail Castillo. We'll see if she's in it. She gets enough for another first down. As the chain crew doesn't need the markers anymore, they just need the marker behind the official for the yard line, as the Generals are now in the red zone territory. Only about 7 yards to go before they're able to punch it in once again. Once again, I apologize for the time, ladies and gentlemen. Do not have a scoreboard to go off of. Just going off what the officials scream every now and then if I'm able to hear it. Nonetheless, Sierra backfield, slant route to the left-hand side, dropped. Pass intended for number 23. I believe that was Daphne Partida on the incomplete pass. One-on-one on the left-hand side, not able to get it. And we're at the 2-minute warning here. Two-minute warning here at El Partidazo Field in Edinburgh, Texas. We're in the final 2 minutes of round 1 of the TVS playoffs, women's football, between the River City Warriors and the South Texas Generals. Generals able to be up 20-0 after a scoreless first half. 2 touchdowns in under a minute and a half, and then a 1-play touchdown for 36 yards to Andrea Salazar. Currently in a timeout and the 2-minute warning. We'll see what the last 2 minutes has in store for us. Generals knocking on the door at the 7-yard line with a first and goal. I'll look to see what is next. Sierra shotgun, 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Lonesome in the backfield. Motion over Salazar to the left-hand side, faking it over the top. Pass incomplete, intended for Abigail Castillo. And that's going to stop the clock once again. About 1:55 left to play. Generals back in the huddle once again, bringing up a second and goal, still 7 yards to go. That last play would have been a touchdown. Another one on the board for the Generals. Same formation as the last. Motion once again to Salazar, left-hand side wheel route, over the top fade, almost intercepted by Shannon Payne. And that's going to stop the clock with 1:49. And bringing up a 3rd and 7 now at the goal line. So a 3rd and goal with 7 yards to go. Clock stopping after every incomplete pass. Change of possession. Timeout. We'll start it when the officials let us know when to. Sierra, same formation as last. Salazar motion. This time it's going to be a jet sweep to the left-hand side. Salazar is going to be tackled as the clock keeps rolling. It's going to be a 4th down. And I believe that River City Warriors are going to call a timeout with 1:32 left to play. And Salazar was able to make it down to about the 2-yard line. So it's going to be a 1st and goal. Change of possession. That was a 4th down. Stop right there by the River City Warriors. That was number 18, London Williams, on a stop. Salazar only 2 yards shy of the goal line. Wasn't able to get in for her 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. River City Warriors now taking over A safety opportunity here for the South Texas Generals. Add 2 more points on the board. They did it one time. We'll see if they can do it again. Shannon Payne in the backfield. The receiver split, one each side. Going deep for Williams, incomplete. And that was Samantha Salazar there on Williams, stopping her. Incomplete pass. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 as they have about the length of the field to go still.
Get the 2 points, defense!
1:25 left to play in the 4th quarter, I believe. We're going to have a flag on the play right before the play starts. Pass incomplete. That's not going to matter. Looks like it's going to be on the defense since the officials let it roll. It's going to be an encroachment penalty on the South Texas Generals. So that's going to move up the Warriors 5 more yards, bringing up a 2nd and 5 as they're going to replay the down. So Warriors with a little bit of breathing room. Pass incomplete, though. That was intended for number 18, London Williams.
Pay attention, defense! Come on, defense! Watch number 18!
Payne once again, same formation as the last play. She's going to find the slant, almost intercepted, and it is intercepted. But the officials are going to call it incomplete. That was number 9 on the defensive coverage, Abigail Castillo. And number 34 was there for the interception, but wasn't able to get it. That was Alexis Normendez. I wasn't able to come down with it. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 5 here for the River City Warriors out of San Antonio, Texas. Currently in the huddle, trying to find a play, something they can get going. Give them another opportunity.
Right here, Generals!
So a 3rd and 5 play. 1:18 left to play, I believe, here in the 4th quarter and round 1 of the TVS playoff. It's going to be a handoff to the running back to the right-hand side. She rolls. It's going to be number 31. It's going to be Kayla Levette. On the handoff, and that's going to be short. That's going to bring up a 4th and 1 here for the River City Warriors. We'll see if South Texas Generals can stop just 1 yard. Get a stop. Only 1 yard needed for a first down for the Warriors. We'll see if they can get it going. Still scoreless here. Not sure how much time is left on the clock. Flag on the play, Levette to the left-hand side, and we're going to have a helmet flying off as Levette's going to be met up with Samantha Salazar. We take a look at that replay in full screen for you. Levette able to get the first down and a flag on the play. Wasn't able to see what the flag was on. Looks like it's going to be granted to the Warriors. Warriors taking the time in the huddle trying to find a play as the official finally makes the chain gang move him up. Move on up. Shannon Payne in the backfield with Levette. Motioning one. London Williams running, making one defender miss and dragged down by another. That's going to be number 34 for the Generals making the tackle. Alexis Normendez once again surrounding the ball. That's going to go for a gain. As I believe we are already about 5 seconds left to play, and that's going to be the ball game. Oh, we're going to have a timeout. So a timeout. We'll be right back here with Real Sports Live for the rest of the ball game. Stay tuned and stay here with us.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
Hi, I'm Rodo Rodriguez, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry.
We're back here at Real Sports Live. 5 seconds left on the clock for the River City Warriors to get one final touchdown. So Payne's going to pass it to Williams. She's going to make a couple defenders miss. Still cruising through and finally tackled by number 2, Samantha Daisy Ramirez. And the South Texas Generals are going to win the football game as they go to the sideline to celebrate, moving on to round 2 of the Texas Valley Sports playoffs as they knock off number 4, the number 4 River City Warriors here in Edinburgh, Texas, with a score of 20-0. Thank you for tuning in to Real Sports Live. I'm Brandon Guzman, alongside my cameraman, Eduardo Guzman. Hopefully everyone has a safe trip home back to San Antonio and a safe trip back to their homes here in Edinburgh, Texas, or wherever they reside in the valley. Once again, thank you for tuning in here to Real Sports Live.